Diolch, Tafalcharu go Grail Gullah Drawl. Hello, and welcome to Irish with a Drawl. I'm Olin Sudduth, and I will be the host of these videos. And in case you haven't figured it out, I'm not Irish. I'm not a professor, I'm not a teacher, I'm not a fluent native speaker. I'm a learner, just like many of you who are watching this video right now. So, you may be wondering, why on earth watch these? What is the purpose of these videos? Well, the biggest reason that I'm doing this is to hopefully share some of the love that I have for this ancient, complex, really beautiful language. I'm hoping that along the way I can share some of my journey as a learner and kind of help point out a few of the possible roadblocks, the gotchas, and maybe make things a little easier for you. In today's episode, we're going to cover the absolute basics of conversation. So let's start at the beginning. Hello. In Irish, hello is diolch. Diolch. You'll notice that throat clearing sound that we don't have in English. And yes, if you look at the spelling here, you'll see that it doesn't sound quite like it does here if those were English letters. And that's something you have to get used to. English letters make different sounds than Irish letters do. We'll go into those in more detail later, but just for now, understand and accept it. Hello, diolch, literally God with you. Or if you're speaking to a group of people, or at least more than one person, it becomes diolch, 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 diolch. In response, the answer is dia is muidalch, dia is muidalch, dia is muidalch, or dia is middleweave, dia is middleweave, dia is muidalch. Literally, God and Mary with you. Now, if you've seen other Irish videos or listened to other recordings, you've probably heard hello pronounced slightly differently. You may have heard Geowich, Geowich, Diaditch, Diadit, and I have a secret for you. They're all correct. You see, Irish has three major dialects. Northern Irish is called Ulster, Southern Irish is called Munster, and Western Irish, the one that I'm working on, is called Connacht. So most of the videos that I do, most all the pronunciations, are going to have Connacht pronunciations. There are variances of these. There are other sub-dialects, lesser dialects, various other things that are going on, and they're all right. They're all accurate. They're all correct. Typically, you're going to learn to speak one given dialect, but you have to learn to recognize and understand pretty much all of them. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to functionally speak Irish with other people. So just be prepared for that. Understand that. If someone says diaditch and you say diolch, or they say geowich and you say diolch, everybody knows what you're saying. So there we go. That's hello. All right. Now that we know how to say hello, let's move on to the most common thing that you're going to have in pretty much any conversation under the sun. How are you? In Irish, as with most languages, there are multiple ways to say pretty much anything you can imagine. How are you is absolutely no exception. The simplest, most common way to say this is conas atatu. Conas atatu. Conas atatu. You'll see this especially amongst learners, but pretty much anyone in the world that speaks Irish is going to know exactly what you mean. And this one's friendly to the Irish learner who comes from an English background, because looking at it on paper, it sounds pretty much exactly like you'd think it would. It's also a phrase I never use. Instead, this is the phrase that I personally use for how are you. I've had it explained to me that this is more of a Connacht way to say it. However, I've also had someone tell me that this is much more common amongst native Irish speakers in general as opposed to Conosatatu. And this is going to take us to our next big gotcha. You see, if you look at these words, it looks like it would sound something like Kin Hui O Will To. Kin Hui O Will To, which is about how each of those words would be pronounced if you said them individually. Irish doesn't do this. You see, this language likes to run things together in sort of a sing-song way. It is very, very common that you'll see individual letters, syllables, sometimes even entire words just sort of dropped and mishmashed together in a phrase. Connacht, to me, as a learner, seems like it may do even a few more contractions than other dialects. Understand, I could be wrong about that, but it is a common thing to see. So, this phrase is pronounced completely differently than you're probably expecting. If you're going to say it, it is Kehewiltu. Kehewiltu. Sort of that cat hissing sound. Kehewiltu. Not Kin Hui Owiltu, but Kehewiltu. That means, how are you? Regardless of what phrase we've used to ask how are you, we're going to need a response, the most common of which is going to be Tamegama. Tamegoma. Tamegoma. That's, I'm good, I'm well. Tamegoma. Or you could go with a variation, Tamegobra. 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 I'm okay. Or let's say that you're having a really good day. Tamegohintak. 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 I'm great. I'm excellent. Or, it's not one of those days. Tamegodona. 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 I'm bad. I'm poor. Alright, so once you've responded how you are, typically it's polite to say thank you. Well, thank you is one of those really interesting Irish phrases that looks like it should be pronounced one way, but you get that meshing of the syllables together and it's actually pronounced quite differently than it looks. Here are the words for the phrase thank you. If you pronounced each one individually, it would be something like Go ra ma agate. Go ra ma agate. That is not how it's pronounced. And as a matter of fact, if you did that, probably you'd confuse some people. Through most of Ireland, it's going to be pronounced Goramaget. Goramaget. Kind of get that tap roll kind of thing going on. Now in Connacht, it's abbreviated even further. Gurimad. Gurimad. It's sort of all contracted together really quick. Gurimad. So if you ever hear someone saying Goramaget, Goramaget, Gurimad, it's the same thing. That's thank you. Gurimad. At this point, it's of course polite to ask how the other person's doing. Now, you could use the identical expression that they used before to you, which will be Conosatatu or Kehewiltu, but just to dress it up a little bit, I like to use something like Kehewiltu hain. Kehewiltu hain, adding just that hain on the end. It's just sort of the reply version of Kehewiltu. Kehewiltu hain. Alright, so now we're wrapping up our super simple conversation. Say this is just somebody we saw at the store. Hey, how's it going? Hey man, good to see you. Bye-bye. Alright? All we got to do now is say goodbye, and goodbye is super simple in Irish. Slán. It means safety. Slán. Slán. You might hear some people pronounce a little more of a W sound. Slán. But whatever. Slán. Now if you want to dress it up, somebody's headed home. Slán Awalia. Slán Awalia. Slán Awalia. Safety home. Slán Awalia. Or perhaps you're leaving and that person's staying behind. You could use Slán Agat. Slán Agat. Or if they're leaving and you're staying behind, say it's your house and they're going, you might go with a Slán Lot. Slán Lot. Or if it's somebody that you're going to see again soon, you might just go with goodbye for now. Slán go fóill. Slán go fóill. Slán go fóill. And that, my friend, is your selection of easy ways to say goodbye. However, you don't have to use any of those others. If you simply toss out slán or slán, everyone's going to understand you. Ultra common. Everybody uses it. Easy peasy. No problem. Slán. Well, there you have it. That's the end of our first video. We've covered a super simple conversation in our introduction today. We've learned how to say hello, diolch, or diolchiv, depending if you're saying hello to one person or to many people. And in response, dia is muidachich, or dia is muidachiv. We've learned how to say how are you, cecha bhfuil tú, or in response, cecha bhfuil tú hain. We've learned how to say how we are. Tá mé go maith, I'm good. Tá mé go bra, I'm okay. Tá mé go hintach, I'm great. Tá mé go dona, I'm not doing so good. We've learned how to say thank you. Gudimad. And we've learned how to say goodbye. Slán. Well, that does it for today's episode of Gaeilge with a Draw, Irish with a Draw. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you found it useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, a like, and if you'd like to see future episodes, please take a moment to subscribe. Make sure you've clicked that bell notification so that YouTube lets you know when the next video is posted. Thanks again for coming, Gudimad. And, well, goodbye for now, my friends. Slán go fóill, Charda.